Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for a very exciting AmaWaterways webinar. My name is Anna. I'm an Industry Relations Specialist here at CLIA, and I'm going to just quickly go through some housekeeping before introducing our presenter. We will be taking questions, so please feel free to type your questions into the questions module of the webinar, and we'll get to them both throughout the webinar and at the conclusion as well. The webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, which is CLIA Global. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce our presenter, Alex Pinello. Alex started his career back in 1984 when he joined NCL as a part-time ticket agent at the pier while going to school in Miami. Shortly after, he moved into their HQ and worked his way through various areas within passenger services before joining ShipLife in 1988, where he served for the next 4 years. He was also on the opening team for Disney Cruise Line, where he spent 4 years helping them successfully launch the new brand in South Florida and Puerto Rico. He had fallen in love with the cruise industry and never looked back, spending close to 28 years at NCL in different capacities. In May of 2017, he joined AmaWaterways as Director of Latin America Sales and quickly moved through the ranks. In early 2019, he was appointed to his current role of Vice President of Sales. His passion for the industry and especially travel partners has made it really easy for him to love his dream job. And we also have Courtney and Marcy from AmaWaterways joining Alex, who will be helping answer all of your questions. So with that, take it away, Alex.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Anna. Well, good morning or good afternoon, travel advisors, depending on where you're tuning in from, and welcome to our CLIA webinar. Today, we'll be focusing on selling the Danube, and we hope you learn a few things that you didn't know before about AmaWaterways and this fascinating river in Europe. And again, as Anna mentioned, just a friendly reminder to type your questions during the webinar. No need to wait until the end, and Courtney and Marcy will be answering your questions throughout the webinar. And then at the end, of course, I will go through the most commonly asked questions. So without further ado, let's get started. And I like to start my presentations as I will end them, and that's by saying thank you, because without you, there will be no AmaWaterways. As you know, we don't have a direct strategy here. 95% of our business comes from our valued travel partners. So again, we value each and every one of you and are grateful for all that you do to continue to support our brand. So why sail the Danube River with AmaWaterways? We will actually go into all the details of this wonderful destination, what makes it so unique, and why your clients should consider our Danube River cruises for their next journey. We will also share with you unique AMA experiences and insider tips throughout the webinar. So let's not forget that AmaWaterways is all about the people, starting with our owners and co-founders, Rudy Schreiner, Christine Carson, Gary Murphy, as you see on the slide. From the beginning, their goal was always to create a river cruise company that they themselves would enjoy. They, along with the rest of us, bring passion into our work every day. We consider and treat our guests and our travel partners as part of our family, and we also make our guests feel like part of our family from the moment they set foot on board one of our award-winning ships. And of course, the crew is always there to ensure they're exceeding their expectations every step of the way through surprises and delights. Let's start with our food. Oh, wow. I'm sure many of you are foodies like I am. Our food is best in class. We receive many comments, many accolades on the quality and variety of our food served on board. All of our ships in Europe have memberships in La Chaîne des Rôtisseries, the internationally renowned gastronomic society, ensuring a high quality of cuisine on board. Our menus are prepared with only the freshest seasonal, locally sourced ingredients, masterfully prepared by expert chefs. The main restaurants offer bountiful buffets for breakfast, lunch, as well as delicious a la carte choices. Lunches and dinners are paired with complimentary hand-selected fine wines. Unlimited beer and soft drinks are also complimentary at lunch and dinner. And of course, the Chef's Table specialty restaurant is the only venue of its kind on the rivers, offering a multi-course tasting menu, including, fine wines paired with each course. Again, all included, complimentary. And we also accommodate all types of special dietary needs, including gluten-free, low-sodium options throughout the cruise, just to name a few. But let's not forget, it's all about the people at AmaWaterways, starting with our crew. And our crew always go above and beyond to ensure each guest has a memorable experience. They're friendly, they're knowledgeable, they're all English speaking. The cruise managers are actually with you every step of the way, so they're with you on the cruise. And also, if you take advantage of one of our pre or post options, they will be with you on land as well. So they will be with you on the land portion as well as the cruise, creating that personal experience and really allowing them to engage with our guests. They're warm and welcoming and genuinely want to get to know the guests and connect with them throughout the cruise. And really, they offer the best personalized experience on the river. They remember the names of the guests. They remember their preferences of what they like to drink in the restaurants during their meals. And again, they just make you feel at home and part of the AmaWaterways family. So we offer a wide variety of included shore excursions. As a matter of fact, all of our excursions are included, and we have 6 different options to choose from gentle, regular, special interest, hiking, and even biking tours. We have up to 3 or 4 guided hikes on each 7-night departure. You can hike to a hilltop castle or historic ruins, really allowing you to venture higher, taking in incredible panoramas and river views while seeing the destinations from a different perspective. Really great. It's wonderful for active travelers who want to incorporate wellness into their experience. Very, very popular with our guests. We also carry 25 bicycles on our ships and actually 50 on the Ama Magna. We offer up to 4 or 5 guided bike tours on every 7-night departure. You can bike through Vienna, past the city's imperial treasures, or even bike from Weissenkirchen to Melk, where you'll meet the ship later in the day, really giving the guests a chance to pedal along the river or journey even further, taking in countryside landscapes. The excursions move at the pace of the guest. There's always a guide at the front and at the back of the group to ensure that we don't leave anyone behind. And it doesn't matter how many people sign up, even if there's 1 or 2 guests that want to enjoy this, we will actually run the excursions. And yes, helmets are included. And you can also take the bikes on your own. If you don't want to do a guided tour, you can do it on your own. We also have, all types of special interest tours. Of course, our immersive culinary themed special interest tours are also included and very popular. Guests can taste apricot wine or other apricot products in Dürnstein, Austria. They can also go to a truffle farm in Avignon, France, as seen here on the screen. They can taste Franconian specialties in Nuremberg or Bavarian specialties in Regensburg. Again, these options allow our guests to get an authentic taste of local culture, great for food and wine enthusiasts or guests who have already been to these destinations and just want to experience something different or experience it in a whole new way. We offer complimentary champagne or sparkling wine at breakfast. We also include unlimited fine local regional wines that change daily with lunch and dinner. We also have unlimited beer and soft drinks during your lunch and dinner. In addition, we have our Sip and Sail. Our Sip and Sail offers the daily cocktail hour where guests can enjoy complimentary cocktails 1 hour prior to dinner in the main lounge. Again, this was introduced last year, and it has been a huge hit for our guests since its introduction. We are so proud of our ships, and especially our accommodations. We have all types of guest-focused innovations. Here, you see an image of one of our signature twin balcony staterooms, really offering the best of both worlds. You see the French balcony to the right and an actual step-out balcony to the left. And don't forget that through our partnership with Adventures by Disney, we have connecting staterooms. We also have triple and quad occupancy staterooms on all ships that were built from 2016 forward. So that includes the Ama Viola, the Ama Stella, the Ama Cristina, the Ama Mora, the Ama Magna, the Ama Siena, and of course, anything new that we will introduce in the future. Our award-winning dining and culinary experience is something our guests keep raving about. Again, we have a chef's table specialty restaurant included in the price of the river cruise. And here guests can watch and enjoy the chefs as they prepare their meals and their multi-course tasting menu, which again is paired with hand-selected fine wines. It's a much smaller, intimate group. Most of our ships in Europe, in the chef's restaurant, we carry a capacity of 24 guests. It's truly an elite experience that every guest has the opportunity to enjoy once during their cruise. Did you know that we have professionally trained wellness hosts on all of our ships in Europe, including the Danube, of course, as well as our Vietnam and Cambodia cruise on the Mekong? Really, we're always trying to stay on top of the travel trends, and wellness travel is such a popular trend these days, and our guests truly love this experience that we offer. Our, again, professionally trained hosts lead complimentary wellness activities such as morning stretches on the sun deck, active wellness walks, core strengthening, Pilates, cardio, and even dance, depending on their individual expertise. It's fun, it's welcoming, and the guests really enjoy getting to know the wellness host. And again, it's a treat for our guests, available every day of their cruise. We also have onboard entertainment throughout the cruise, whether it's the onboard musicians playing music in the main lounge throughout the day, to evening entertainment in the lounge in the evening after dinner, which may include La Strada string trio playing classical music, often with tunes from the region, of course, or opera singers showcasing Mozart or the Sound of Music show tunes. There's local folklore performances, there's dancers, local talent and musicians, again, keeping our guests entertained throughout their cruise, and all complimentary and included in the cruise fare. Did I mention that we also offer complimentary Wi-Fi on board? We actually spent more money on our Wi-Fi last year than we did to fuel 23 of our ships. So again, something that we take very serious. We make it a top priority to ensure that our guests stay connected. And if you book a suite on the Ama Magna, you'll also receive a mobile Wi-Fi device that you can use ashore, so you can stay connected on the ship and ashore as well. And with the introduction of My Ama Cruise app, we make it even easier for our guests to stay connected with their family and loved ones back at home. They can take pictures, they can share pictures, they can send and create postcards and send them to their family and friends. Our app also shows them the itinerary. They can share the itinerary with their loved ones, have access to the daily cruiser, again, to save on paper, and really carry it with them everywhere, even ashore. And really, for those that prefer a more traditional approach, let's not forget that we also give our guests the opportunity to take advantage of writing personal postcards. They can have as many postcards as they like, and then they can give them to the front desk crew member, and they'll gladly mail them for them. So again, really, we try to be flexible and really, give guests various options. Again, whether they want to, stay connected via the app or through the Wi-Fi, or again, to send personal handwritten notes to their family and friends. But today's webinar is all about selling the Danube River. So one of my personal favorites, my first cruise actually was on the Danube, on the Melodies of the Danube, which I absolutely loved. And hopefully many of you on this webinar have sailed with us or have sailed on the Danube River. So now let's take a virtual cruise on the Danube River. So my question to you is, how do you sell the Danube River? Again, we want to offer you, different selling tips specific to this destination. I want to share the different kind of travelers it appeals to, which is pretty much most of them. And really, it's among our most popular destinations, especially for those first-time cruisers. So the river is the heart of Europe, sailing through 8 countries. And again, don't worry about taking notes, because the webinar is being recorded, and we're going to share it with you, and we'll send you the link with our post-webinar thank you email. And again, the river is the heart of Europe, like I said, sailing through 8 countries. The upper Danube sails through Germany, Austria, Slovakia, and Hungary, and it's near the Czech Republic, which makes it easy to visit Prague and other destinations in that country from this magnificent river. So we'll highlight the Melodies of the Danube, Our Melodies of the Danube, again, one of our most popular itineraries on the Danube, sailing through 3 grand capitals and charming hamlets alike. On this itinerary, you will visit the capitals of Vienna, Bratislava, and Budapest, as well as more intimate villages such as Vilshofen, Grein, and Dürnstein. Our Melodies of the Danube begins in Budapest and ends in Vilshofen with an Oktoberfest celebration exclusive for our guests. And then we also have our Romantic Danube, which is pretty much the same itinerary, but it actually begins in Vilshofen and ends in Budapest. On both itineraries, we do opt for optional land programs in both Prague and Budapest. And now I'm going to take you on our virtual cruise. So again, welcome aboard. Now it's day 1. Guests embark the ship in Budapest and you enjoy a welcome dinner. They have a chance to meet their captain and crew, as well as getting to know their other fellow cruisers. And the ladies even receive a beautiful long stem rose from the captain, as seen on this slide. Day 2, still in Budapest. Again, an unmatched combination of culture, traditions, and architecture. Budapest includes a visit to the Great Market Hall before going to both the Buda, which is the hilly side, and the Pest, which is the flat side of the river. You'll see Hero Square and Castle Hill, home to the Fisherman's Bastion and Matthias Church. So again, plenty to see, and again, probably one of the most beautiful cities to sail in and out of on the Danube. Day 3 is in Bratislava. This is, Bratislava is host to the crowning ceremonies of 11 Hungarian kings and queens between the years 1536 and 1830. Bratislava earned the title Coronation City of Kings, as you'll discover during a walking tour, or join a special Taste of Slovakia tour, and for a more active adventure, hike up to Bratislava Castle, really with magnificent, spectacular city views. You'll also get to experience quite a cultural boom after its years of communist rule. Slovakia's trendy capital, again, is known for its romantic, colorful old buildings, a historic castle and gate to the city, lively squares and theaters, and again, quirky, whimsical statues. So just a beautiful place to visit that our guests truly enjoy. Then we're in Vienna, Austria. Again, Vienna, known as the city of waltzes, pictured is a monument of Johann Strauss. It's a musical capital of Europe. In 2020, Vienna is celebrating its 250th anniversary of Beethoven's birth, with many festivities planned throughout the year. The city tour of Vienna, including the Opera House and the former Imperial Palace of the Habsburgs, conclude your tour in Vienna's historic city. Or you can discover Vienna by bike. So again, a lot of different options. We don't just offer our guests one daily excursion. We offer multiple excursions and really give them the option to explore the city really at their pace and at their taste. We also get to see imperial architecture and royal treasures by foot or by bike on a guided tour. So again, different options for our guests. Weissenkirchen is a new port on this itinerary. It's a small town in the picturesque Wachau Valley and a perfect gateway to Melk. When we are docked in Weissenkirchen, guests have several choices of excursions. The highlights of Dürnstein and the Melk Abbey, or Weissenkirchen walking tour in Melk Abbey, or even the Dürnstein excursion with wine and apricot tasting. So again, as you can see, different choices, different options, because again, many of our guests do sail with us multiple times, and you can really have the opportunity to see different things if you keep coming back and sailing with us on the beautiful Danube River. And then we're off to Dürnstein, Austria, and here we offer excursions with wine and apricot tastings. The beautiful blue Stitzkirk Tower is an iconic spot in this village. Again, absolutely spectacular destination, which our guests just truly love to explore and really, take in just this picturesque beauty as they cruise along. The Melk Abbey is a magnificent Benedictine abbey in Melk, Austria, and really guests have the option to either bike here on a guided bike tour from Weissenkirchen, or they have the option to really go and explore and see the actual abbey, both inside and out as well, which is spectacular. And they also get to see the highlights of Dürnstein, and like I said, and then visit the Melk. So again, different options for our guests, and at different paces depending on what levels they prefer. Later in the day, you'll get to sail the Strudengau Valley to medieval Grine for an exclusive visit to the more than 500-year-old Greinburg Castle, looming regally from above, while here you get to enjoy a folklore show and wine reception, which is an exclusive AmaWaterways feature. And we love offering a lot of exclusives and really offering and providing our guests a very immersive experience while visiting these amazing destinations. On day 6, the ship arrives in Linz, where we offer again several choices of excursions, the UNESCO City of Media Arts walking tour, or the full-day Salzburg excursion, or the Seski Krumlov excursion, or even the Austrian Lake District excursion. So again, something for everyone, and again, keeping our guests very informed and immersed in the destination. On day 6, travelers choose, or the travelers may choose to join us for a full-day excursion of Salzburg. It's a beautiful medieval city. Salzburg is where the genius composer Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was born. The storybook Old Town looks much as it did when Mozart lived there 25 years ago. It's known by many as a backdrop for The Sound of Music, and here they'll see many sights from the movie, including the Mirabell Gardens. So again, a beautiful destination, and people really enjoy this amazing place. And then, of course, once they get back to the ship, they have the opportunity to watch the Sound of Music movie, if they wish, from their stateroom. And then, of course, there's the Seski Krumlov in Czech Republic, one of the most beautiful towns in Bohemia, if not in Europe. It's really like a miniature Prague with stunning castles, and again, just beautiful Baroque architecture, and again, really a very popular spot for our guests. Day 7, Passau, again, a German city on the Austrian border, and lies at the confluence of the Danube, Inn, and Ilz rivers, also known as the Three River City. Here you get to discover this beautiful city in one of 3 ways, either a walking tour, or you can choose between a guided bike tour along the Danube, or even a guided hike up to the Vesti Oberhaus Fortress. So again, different options for everyone depending on what they want to do. Later, you cruise to Wilshofen, where you'll be treated to a festive Oktoberfest celebration. Again, an AmaWaterways exclusive. So on every cruise, you'll get to experience a very unique Oktoberfest exclusive celebration. Here you actually see one of our cruise managers, Cruise Manager Saba, pictured here in his lederhosen. So again, the guests really get to enjoy, engaging with the crew and the cruise manager. And like I said, you get to be with the cruise manager both on land and on the ship if you decide to do a pre or a post. And I highly recommend that you do the pre or post. If you don't do the pre or post, I like to say, think of it as your favorite book. And if you only take the 7-day cruise, it's just like reading one chapter from your favorite book. So you have to read the entire book. And how do you read the entire book? By taking in everything that we have to offer, and the immersive really experience both on the pre and the post, and of course the cruise as well. We actually have 12 ships that sail the Danube. So here you see from Amabella, Amacerto, Amadante, Amalea, Amalucia, Amamagna, Amaprima, Amaserena, Amasiena, Amasonata, Amaverde, and Amaviola. So plenty to choose from. But again, you don't have to remember all these. We'll gladly, share this with you and share the webinar link after with the post-webinar email that we'll send out. While we're talking about the Danube, I couldn't resist talking about probably my favorite ship in our fleet, the AmaMagna. And I say my favorite ship because it was my last cruise. My favorite Ama ship is my last cruise. It never fails. I was just on the AmaMagna in January for our global summit, and it is absolutely amazing. I mean, you have to see this incredible ship. I would like to really take a few minutes, highlighting this. Again, she really is. She was the dream in the making for Rudy Schreiner. Rudy Schreiner, of course, being one of our co-founders, also known as a godfather of river cruising. The AmaMagna is twice as wide as your traditional river cruise ships, but she only carries 20% more guests. So she carries a total of 196 guests. The staterooms are very spacious, ranging in size from 205 to 710 square feet. She has 4 dining options, 5 bars and lounges, truly redefining the river cruise experience on the Danube. So welcome aboard the AmaMagna. She came out in 2019, and again, she sails the upper and lower Danube, and she has her very own itinerary called Magna on the Danube, which was personally curated by Rudy Schreiner. She not only came out in 2019, but was also named by Time magazine as one of the world's greatest places, an award we are very proud of, not to mention all the other awards on her and the rest of our award-winning fleet. I mentioned 4 dining options. Here is an image of the main restaurant on board. Again, as you can see, just very intimate, giving our guests lots of choice, lots of option. There's booth seating, there's table seatings. Here's another view of the main restaurant. Again, open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And every day we serve, again, our signature, exquisite, locally sourced cuisine. Again, a favorite for our guests. Again, another thing I want to highlight while I'm showing you tables, because we do have solo travelers that sail with us. And our solo travelers, again, they're treated to a welcome reception. They get to, meet the other solo travelers on board. And again, for those, when you go to the restaurant, not all of our tables are all evenly sized, meaning they're not all 4 tops and 6 tops and 8 tops. We actually have some 5 tops and 7 tops, so that way when you're traveling as a solo, you don't feel awkward by having an empty seat or an empty chair next to you. We really have thought of everything. Here we have a picture of our chef's table. Again, our specialty restaurant included in the cruise fare. Some of our competitors actually charge for their specialty restaurant. We don't. And here we offer the multi-course tasting menu. Again, you get to see the chef preparing all the various courses as they pair them with fine wines. And then we have Jimmy's Restaurant. This is, again, a new restaurant, a new concept, named after our beloved late co-founder, Jimmy Murphy. It's very warm, inviting, family-style atmosphere. It actually serves, at Jimmy's, we serve the same menu that we serve in the main restaurant. However, we serve it family style. So it's just a wonderful, engaging experience, and it's great, especially if you're traveling with a small group or your family and friends. Really a fun place to eat and enjoy the company of your fellow travelers. And then one of my favorite places to eat on board the AmaMagna is the Alfresco restaurant. Again, with retractable windows and even a retractable roof, allowing fresh breezes. Especially during when it's nice outside. It's really a favorite for our guests. Not to mention, of course, the breathtaking views of the Danube River as you're sailing up or down the Danube, with a delicious farm-to-table menu. Again, very popular for our guests. We also have our chic onboard cinema, where guests can watch movies, sport games, and much more with plush, comfortable seating. We even have a video game system available for the younger travelers. So again, something for everyone, even on a river cruise. We have a beautiful exercise area, our Zen Wellness Studio. Here we have our juice bar, where guests can, sip refreshing juices or make a morning smoothie. Our Zen Wellness Studio offers all the state-of-the-art exercise equipment as well as outdoor spin bikes, so you can spin with a view on the Danube. So very, very popular. We started with 4 bikes, and it was so popular that we've actually ordered an additional 4. So now there's 4 bikes on either side. So again, a favorite for our guests. I'm not, I don't usually spin, but after cruising on the AmaMagna, I've started spinning, especially if I have a view. So we have our staterooms, and as I mentioned, the staterooms range in size from 205 square feet to 710 square feet. Here we have a picture of one of our SA or SB balcony suites. They're 355 square feet. We actually have 46 of them on board. The majority of the staterooms on AmaMagna look like this. And I have to tell you, when you board the ship, since she's twice as wide, you really don't feel like you've boarded a river cruise ship. You feel like you boarded a luxury ocean liner. She's so open, so spacious, so modern, and the staterooms are just absolutely amazing. And here, these SA and SB balcony suites, all come with all the enhanced suite amenities. They have a welcome gift with champagne, the mobile Wi-Fi device that you can use ashore. You see the separate sitting area. There's a full-size step-out balcony, and of course the bathroom with a large glass enclosed shower and double sinks. We also have our grand suite. We have 6 of them on the ship, and the bed actually faces the balcony, so you can wake up to amazing views. There's a pop-up television, so you can after you stop watching it, it retracts, so it doesn't take away or block any of your view. Again, enhanced personal spaces throughout, and also a bathroom with shower, a bathtub, and double sinks. And then, of course, we have our grand suite, or our owner suite, I should say. The owner suite is 710 square feet. There's only one of them on board, so this one goes very quickly. It has a spacious living room area. It has a bar, a large bathroom with a shower, bathtub, and double sinks. Really our most luxurious ship. And did I mention that it comes with a nice commission check for you, with a nice comma in it? So you deserve it. So beautiful suite, and very, very popular, and sells out. So I've talked about the Upper Danube. I've talked about the AmaMagna. Now I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about the Lower Danube. And again, the Lower Danube flows, again, through countries of the former Eastern Bloc, which were behind the Iron Curtain. So a very popular destination for our guests. And our itinerary, our Gems of Southeast Europe, takes you from Hungary through Croatia, Serbia, Romania, and Bulgaria. So you're sailing from Budapest to Giurgiu, with an option to add Vienna and Istanbul as pre and post cruise land programs. And remember, as I mentioned before, when you do those land programs, your cruise manager is with you every step of the way. Don't forget that. And you really get to explore, again, the rich, Eastern European traditions. This area is just so culture rich. You get to see and purchase colorful Slavic sukmen dress or saya, again, as pictured here. You get to sample the distinctive cuisines of Bulgaria, Croatia, Romania, Hungary. So again, really a favorite for many, many of our guests. Rich in tradition and culture, Novi Sad in Serbia has been called the Serbian Athens, and in 2021, it will be designated a European capital of culture. Highlights include the Petrovaradin Fortress, a mighty stronghold no enemy has ever breached. So again, just picture yourself or your clients cruising through these amazing destinations. The Iron Gates is one of Europe's most awe-inspiring natural wonders. The Danube narrows as it winds through a series of magnificent gorges between the Carpathian and Balkan mountains, forming a natural border between Serbia and Romania. The ancient king Decebalus, the last king of Dacia, is proudly carved into the mountainside and always captivates our guests as you're navigating through this part of the Danube River. Known for its historical significance as the capital of Bulgarian Empire, boasting a medieval fortress and templates, here we have Veliko Tarnovo in Bulgaria. It's built on 3 hills overlooking the Yantra River, and guests can hike up Saravets Hill to explore the remains of the royal fortress. Again, a beautiful destination for our guests. Belogradchik is one of Bulgaria's natural wonders where you can hike around its fortress, most spectacular rock formations, as you can see here in this picture. So again, a very, very picturesque destination that our guests truly enjoy. And then we have Bucharest in Romania. And again, those travelers who choose to extend their stay will enjoy 2 nights in Bucharest, the capital of Romania, and 2 nights in Brasov. Brasov, Romania is known as Dracula's birthplace, and Dracula lovers will enjoy this Transylvanian treat. I wish I could laugh like Dracula, but maybe on the next one. But again, really, really a great destination. And just people, our guests, are just taking wonderful pictures. And with my Ama Cruise app, they're sharing their pictures and really staying engaged with their family and their friends and their loved ones. And then we go on to our holiday cruises on the Danube. I mean, we have holiday cruises on the Danube and we have holiday cruises on the Rhine as well. But again, our holiday cruises offers visits to the Danube's rivers, timeless Christmas markets, as well as wonderful onboard experiences. So again, we have 2 Christmas market cruises along the Danube. We have our Christmas markets on the Danube, sailing from Budapest to Vilshofen, and we have our iconic Christmas market sailing from Budapest to Nuremberg. So again, a little different experiences. And then, no matter which itinerary you choose, a visit to Europe's Christmas markets, again, these markets are magical experiences, whether you're on the Danube or on the Rhine, because we also have some Christmas market cruises on the Rhine. And there's just massive Christmas trees strung with thousands of lights. And these are set as the backdrop of these most stunning architecture, again, where travelers and locals alike gather to make merry. The onboard traditions include tree trimmings, a holiday feast on every departure, elegant decorations, and more. We actually decorate our ships, so we have lights outside. The inside of our ships are beautifully decorated. So again, our guests really enjoy this time of the year and visiting these amazing markets and taking advantage of all the treats and, of course, the Glühwein and something for everyone. Perfect time of the year as well to travel as a family. Very popular for families to travel during our Christmas market season. And again, there's something on board as well with the crew get involved, and the ship. I mentioned the decorations. There's even wreaths on every stateroom door. So again, really getting the guest in the mood and in that Christmas spirit. So now I'm going to move on to some of the tools to help you really learn about AmaWaterways and help you market, promote, and sell our wonderful product. So, of course, if you're not registered to our Travel Advisor portal and you're not using the Travel Advisor portal, I strongly urge you to do so. please, also reach out to your business development manager. They're here to help you. They're your business partners. If you're not successful, they're not successful. So if you don't know who they are, you can even send us an email. Send an email to insidesales@AmaWaterways.com, and we'll put you in contact with your business development manager. Through the Travel Advisor, you'll have access to our online booking engine, where you'll have the opportunity to create and modify FIT and group bookings really at your convenience, available 24/7. We have the new AMA Academy, so we encourage you to become an AmaWaterways River Cruise Specialist. Take course 1 and complete a successful booking within 90 days of completion, and we'll actually send you a $50 digital MasterCard reward. And graduates of our AMA Academy get to take advantage of reduced FAM rates. Our FAM rates in Europe start at $890 for Category E, but if you're an AmaWaterways cruise specialist, from the AMA Academy, you get a $200 savings. So you get to sail for $690 instead of $890. And then, of course, your guest, if they're a travel advisor that has been certified and has taken the AMA Academy courses, they also go for the $690. And if they're not, then they go for $890. So again, a great opportunity. We also have seminars on the river hosted by your business development managers throughout the year. Again, keep an eye out for those exciting opportunities and communications from your business development managers or from AmaWaterways in general. We definitely want to stay connected and engaged with you throughout the year. We have, of course, our webinar Wednesdays. Today's Tuesday. If it'd be Wednesday, it'd be webinar Wednesday. But tomorrow we have a very special webinar Wednesday, and it'll be hosted by our very own, co-founder and owner, Christine Karst, and Todd Ney will join her, and we're going to be talking about a brand new exotic destination, because currently we have 2 exotic destinations. We have Vietnam and Cambodia on the Mekong River, and we have Africa on the Chobe River. And tomorrow, you're going to learn all about our 3rd exotic destination, and that's Egypt on the Nile. And believe it or not, I actually heard the oohs and ahs from the webinar. That's how loud I felt it. I felt the energy. But I'm not going to spend any time, or I'm not going to steal any of their thunder. We invite you to join them tomorrow for this exciting and informative webinar highlighting this new destination. And it also opens for sale tomorrow. So again, a lot of exciting things that will be shared with you on this very exciting destination, Egypt. And then, of course, we have our current promotions, where you can find out everything you need to know about your current promotions that we have available. What we're doing with our promotions now is we're actually, rather than coming out with promotions with a 1-week booking window or even a 1-month booking window for that matter, we're really trying to come out with longer promotions that have a longer shelf life to give you the opportunity to really promote them to your clients. Our promotions, many of our promotions come out for 3 months, so they're quarterly promotions. And again, we have, you can request brochures, you can find out who your business development manager is. You have access to, of course, all of our media toolkits, Magna social media toolkit, sales information, sales policies, information on groups and charters, FAM opportunities will be listed here on the Travel Advisor portal, as well as Christine's blog. So again, definitely a great resource for you. Again, if you're not using it, please feel free to do so. And then, of course, we always offer an exclusive, or we always have an exclusive webinar offer for our advisors that join us on the webinars. And today's webinar is no different. So for today's webinar, all the attendees will actually receive a $100 $100 US or 120 Canadian dollar savings per person on all 2020 Danube River sailings. And that is actually combinable with the triple savings offer that's currently in place through the end of March. And with the triple savings offer, you get, or your guests or your clients get, a $2,000 savings per stateroom. That's $1,000 per person. They get a complimentary stateroom upgrade, and they get $100 per stateroom onboard credit. And again, if you mention WCLIA 100, you'll get an additional $100 savings per person on top of this already very, lucrative and very rich offer that's working very well. So, as we're approaching the end of our webinar, as I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the webinar, and as Anna mentioned as well, we are going to address the questions that have been asked throughout the webinar. Again, many of them have already been answered, but we just want to highlight the most, popular, the most commonly asked questions that we got, during the webinar. So, again, how do you handle special dietary restrictions such as gluten-free or vegetarian? My recommendation is please let us know before you get on the ship. So, notifying us ahead of time is key, and you're going to be pleasantly surprised because on a couple of the cruises that I've been on, I actually saw the chef come out and meet with the guests in the morning to really discuss their dietary needs and really the menu for the day. So really making them feel just as special as everybody else on the ship. Another question that came up is, what is the average age of an AMA traveler? And again, let me just say that for us, at AmaWaterways, age is just a number. Really, we create products and cruises and destinations, for that matter, for people of all ages. We're noticing that the average age of our guests is definitely getting younger and young. Our guests is getting younger and younger. I think when we last checked this out earlier this year, and even at the end of last year, the average age was around 58 or 59. And again, but we find that during summer months, the crowd tends to get a little younger. During our holiday cruises, the crowd tends to get a little younger. Keep in mind, we also have a partnership with Adventures by Disney, as I mentioned earlier in the webinar. We also have a partnership with Backroads. So again, we're seeing a lot of families traveling together. We're seeing a lot of multi-generational groups traveling together. Another question that came up is if we have cabins that accommodate triples, and again, with our through our partnership with Adventures by Disney, as of 2016, as all the ships that I mentioned previously, starting with Ama Viola forward, we have connecting staterooms. We have staterooms that accommodate 3. We even have suites that accommodate 4. Another question that came up is if we offer golf excursions on our ships, and we do have a very unique concierge golf program on the Ama Magna, where your guests really get to participate in, and they get to play golf in 4 countries. And if they do the Prague extension, it's really 5 countries that they can play. So, and it's truly a concierge program that the golf concierge takes the clubs, and then the guests are transported via luxurious Mercedes transfer to the various golf courses. They have a nice, VIP beer and wine lunch before they play. Then they play their round of golf, and then they're transported back to the ship, and then their golf clubs are cleaned, and they get ready for their next round the next day that they play. So very, very popular, and again available on the AMA Magna. There was a question about selecting tours prior to the cruise. So absolutely, you can definitely do that on our website. And many times what we find happening is because we have so many options that you select them before you get on the ship, and then you get on the ship, and then the cruise manager does a great job talking about the next day's excursions, and then you decide that you want to change your mind, and you can absolutely change your mind. So we have plenty of space, and there's usually never a problem to change your mind or get the excursion that you want while on board the ship. There was a question about our Sail 5 Sail Free program. So again, yeah, we do have a wonderful program. Aside from the FAM opportunities that we have, you have the ability to Sail 5. The program started September 1st of 2019 and will run through December 31st of 2020. And all you need to do is sell 5 cabins to sail in 2020, and then you'll earn a free cabin for yourself that you can take in either 2020 or 2021. And there's some destinations that we offer that will count as 2. So we'll make sure that we include that in the email communication that we send out to you. There was another question that was asked here. Are gratuities included? No, they're not included. But again, we make it very easy. You can charge them on board. The clients can charge them to their credit card. We can do prepaid gratuities. You can offer your clients prepaid gratuities. There's a travel advisor value add program as well that you can take advantage of, where you can offer different amenities to your clients. Remember, we're very proud of our partnerships with our travel advisors. We don't have a direct strategy. 95% of our business comes from our travel partners. So we're grateful for the support that you give us. And again, our commissions are very fair. Most of our commissions, if not all, have commas in them. So it's something that the advisors really enjoy. And I have to say, very well deserved. You work hard for it, and we're grateful for that. And we're very happy to be able to reward you accordingly. So I think that's about all the questions for now. But we'll make sure that, again, we send you, and we address all your questions, if we haven't already, and we'll send you the answers to all those questions during the, in our email, thank you email that we'll send out. But again, at this point, I will close as I started. I will end as I started, and that's by saying thank you. So thank you again for joining us for our CLIA webinar. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and as much as Courtney and Marcy did as well in answering your questions. Hope you learned something new during the webinar, and we really hope to see you and your clients on board one of our future cruises. So on behalf of Rudy, Christine, Gary, we want to say thank you. Thank you for joining us today, and have a great